This is Majo John Madden broadcasting from my darkened camper van in Victoria, Tamaulipas State, Mexico. Hey, Scott, I'm a long ways from Chicago. This is my appreciation of Scott Simon, who has been the anchor for Weekend Edition Saturday on National Public Radio for a long time. And I didn't even realize how much actual war coverage and on-the-grounds reporting he did before he had this job. So Scott means a lot to me for several reasons. He's a fellow Chicagoan. He loves Chicago. He loves to do Chicago stories. And I adore my hometown more all the time and appreciate those stories so much. He's got a great sense of humor. He's incredibly well-read, thoughtful, sensitive guy, and genuine human person. This is in response to his interview with Mary Louise Kelly about her book, and she's another person who has meant a lot to me at Public Radio, or All Things Considered show, but not in the same way as Scott, because she's not a guy. She's not, as far as I know, from Chicago, and she's not been an anchor that I listen to. Saturdays, I bend over backwards. No matter where I've been traveling in the last 3 years, the last year in South Texas, I always want to catch Weekend Edition Saturday. And those two reporters, as he teased, two hardened journalists, weeping together on the phone about the joys and pain of raising a child, and even more so when you have a job that tears you away from them. And I think her book can be helpful not just to women with high power jobs, but any woman who's got a job that tears them away from their children. Weeping. They were weeping. He's a real person. One thing he does on his show that I've always loved, I lived for 16 years in Asheville, North Carolina, where B.J. Liederman has lived for several years. And we shared the stage together several times. He's a wonderful rock musician, and I'm a really pretty wonderful poet, I'll just say it. Enough so that I was on stage for benefits and stuff. And at one show, he was the closer at a really fine club outside of Asheville, North Carolina. And I was next to last. And it had been music all night. And when it was a poem, people just broke off and started doing conversations. And I got them back. I had them in the palm of my hand by the end. And as I came down the stairs, BJ was standing on the stairs with his band, and he looked at me and said, "You rocked." That's maybe the best compliment I've ever gotten on poetry. So the hook with Scott Simon is B.J. Liederman has written the theme music for several NPR shows. And they usually will say at the end, our theme music was by B.J. Liederman. That's not what Scott does. Scott leaves B.J.'s name in all kinds of crazy, funny, but like, what did that have to do with anything? And so I called BJ from the road. I've been traveling for 3 years and haven't seen him face to face for a while. But I reached him and I said, BJ, are you like close personal friends with Scott Simon? Because I kind of want him to do my story. Can you help me get to him? He says, no, I haven't seen Scott Simon for many years. Well, then why does he make these pointed references to you every week? BJ said, because the way I got paid, the only payment I got for all those songs, music, was to get my name mentioned. And Scott doesn't like it that most people mention it at the end of the show when nobody's paying attention. So he makes sure to mention my name in a way that people notice it. What a guy, huh? He does that every single week for BJ, a friend who was a friend of his a long time ago, and he made a promise to him. I'm going to make sure people know your name. They really hear it. So Special guy, Scott Simon. If you're single and wake up in the morning alone, as much as I have, those anchors in the morning, they're like your friends. They're the other person in the room when you're getting dressed and getting ready for your day. I agree. I still miss Bob Edwards, who was the morning edition anchor for years and years and years and has been gone a long time. I still miss him. And I'm glad I don't have to miss Scott. Hang in there, Scott. I hope you do it for a bunch more years. I'm 76. In my halting Spanish, I said to someone at the store today, they said, "So you're going to live in Mexico?" I said, "Yeah, the rest of my life. Another 50 años, 50 years." And they love to laugh in Mexico, and they love that one. So I want you on air for another 50 years, pal. All right, go Cubbies. Bye.